Hello, gamer family. Byleth's Paralogue. I have a lot to talk about. As you can see by the title of the video, assuming I end up naming it something clickbaiting like Fire Emblem Three Houses versus Engage, why Three Houses sucks, or something provocative that's going to get me clicks.
What is that? In the back there.
We'll get into it.
A throne?
This resembles the Holy Tomb. That's a place from my world.
What is the Holy Tomb?
It's where the goddess Sothis sleeps. For the Church of Seros, this is the holiest place of all. To ensure the safety of the tomb, a monastery was built atop it.
Okay. So, why is it here?
Only a very few know the legend of Saint Seros in the Holy Tomb. Saint Seros received power and revelation from the goddess, and with it, a sacred duty. She was to save the people of Fodlan, and use her power wisely in order to lead them. Perhaps it's inevitable that we'd be guided here.
Why do you say that?
If the bond between us is to further strengthen, then you must face a trial here.
I see. And you want me to fight you, Byleth?
Show me whether you can wisely use the power you've gained on your journey so far.
Understood.
In your eyes, I see no hesitation. Good. Ready yourself.
I'm ready, and I won't hold anything back.
Anyways, right off the bat, on the surface level, which game do I prefer? This one. Not even close. Because to me, it is all gameplay. And I'm going to fully get into that. Fully get into, like, my opinion, Three Houses. And why Fire Emblem fans need to shut the fuck up. Part of my swearing, I don't like swearing these days. I try not to. But I can't even browse anything Fire Emblem these days without getting at least remotely pissed off about discourse between this game and Three Houses, as I'm just so sick of it. Like, oh my god. And I say that when I'm probably going to be a little bit of a fanboy, annoying fanboy myself, in which case I'm going to hold myself back there. I'm going to say right off the bat, there are times where I like see some kind of opinion that's like very, very pro Three Houses, anti-Engage, and I get so close to being like, Three Houses sucks, and I get so close to being like, you know, that meme of, blah, 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 quit having fun. Every time I'm like, no, don't be that guy, don't be that guy. Because there are people that are, some people, very few, not as many as there are anti-Three Houses people,
I'll guard them well.
That are like that. Anyways, right off the bat, Byleth is a character. I don't like Byleth as a character, but I do like Byleth here. See, in every game besides Three Houses, I actually don't mind Byleth. Like, I actually like Byleth and Three Hopes in this game. It's just Three Houses that I hate Byleth, because I don't like the silent protagonist crap. I don't enjoy that. But I do like Byleth here. Byleth's playset I think is really fun, because like Stride is obviously one of the big like low turn count speedrunning things in Three Houses, so Goddess Dance is fantastic. The teaching things with like all the stat buffs is really fun, as well as having the different weapons for being equipped on different types of units. I think all that's really fun. I actually really like how they handled Byleth in this game. I think it's really fun and creative. And I don't like this map in base game. I don't like a lot of Three Houses maps, but I actually really enjoy how this map plays in this game.
The stage is mine.
There's something later in it that we're gonna see that truly makes me go, oh yeah, this is fun. Playing this map on Maddening this is one of the most fun maps in my opinion of Maddening. I really enjoyed this map on Maddening, which is mind-boggling to me because it's a Fodlan map, and again, I don't like Fodlan gameplay. I'm gonna try not to bash it. Anyways, Three Houses. Oh man, Three Houses is the first Fire Emblem game that launched after I became a fan. The build-up was so immense. Well, the moment that hyped myself up, and so many people, was the time skip trailer at E3 2019. that is what sold me on playing Blue Lions instead of Crimson Flower. Well, it would have been Silver Snow. Actually, no. I kept on to Weeks. I wouldn't have played Silver Snow. I would have played Crimson Flower no matter what.
This isn't so bad.
Like, holy cow. Like, that trailer is what sold me on, okay, I'll do Dimitri. I've never been a Claude guy. This music, I don't really like Fodenlands, although I think that's from overhearing it. All the other music they use here, though, is fantastic. As I love Edge of Dawn, in pretty much every map scene besides Fodlan Winds and Where the Goddess Dwells, I at least like. There's like proper map themes. None of like the boss fighting, like none of that game's equivalent to this game's frenzies. Like, I can't remember what they're actually called.
I'll do my best.
But like that play like once. It does a weird thing like Thracia where it has mid-map themes. I don't like any of those. Then it also has boss map themes like For Hounds. Or even whatever, there's one that you get in these Paralogues as well. I don't like any of those map themes as well in Three Houses in its soundtrack. So on to the debate of which game soundtrack I like more, this one or Three Houses. First of all, I don't like the support music in either game, but if I have to hear the support music in Three Houses again, I will jump off the cliff. I also hate the monastery music. The Somniel music I like much more because it's at least the change ones. I haven't listened to the default one. I probably would get sick of the default one. I like how it's just acoustic versions of map themes. I like that. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, that's right. You have. Okay, cool. It's probably because I've heard them like a bajillion times, because there's very few route-only event themes. And remember, I only play Fire Emblem games or stories outside of recording once or twice, with very few exceptions. And it feels like I just heard the same event themes over and over and over. That was the wrong thing. I'm undoing that, because that was me not paying attention. It just felt like I've heard them over and over and over and over again. It's so much of the cutscenes, even if the story's good. Like, I complain about, like, the dialogue scenes in this game, but I would have... I can't imagine playing story again in Three Houses. Just because I just get so sick of it. Because at least in this game, you typically only have 4, maybe 5 characters that are always talking. Or in Three Houses, you're bouncing between so many, and you know, and just gameplay-wise, Three Houses is a game like, I will always remember my first playthroughs of Three Houses. My first playthroughs of that game were magical. No matter how negative my opinions can get of Three Houses these days, my first playthroughs were magical. I will never forget the excitement I felt. Getting home, my mom's family was in town during the day, so we were eating dinner with them. And then I remember coming home, it was almost midnight Eastern. I'm not Eastern time zone, not doxing myself, but obviously US time zone, the second Eastern time hits midnight. All over the US gets it. So it was right about that time. So I was able to play for a couple hours before I went to bed, and I played so much before school got back in session. I have so many fond memories of my first playthrough. Finding out who the Flame Emperor was on this map. And, you know, I was still new to Fire Emblem. I didn't know what separated good and bad map design. And on the first playthrough, I don't think map design matters that much. I will say this. On a first playthrough, map design is not as important. Because on a first playthrough, great story does make up for bad map design. It's just subsequent playthroughs that good story does not make up for bad map design. On the first playthrough, though, that doesn't matter all that much. As long as at least one of them is good, I will play the game. Now, obviously, I think Three Houses has bad map design. But the story was interesting, especially on the first playthrough, it was interesting enough for me not to care. On subsequent playthroughs, I started noticing the bad gameplay more. It really wasn't until I played through every Fire Emblem game, though, and went back to Three Houses that it felt so off, though. That's when I really noticed it. It was like, really like, this doesn't play well. And it's not, the monastery is to me the real worst thing. It's just so, especially in repeat playthroughs, it's so boring. And the fact that it's the same in every route. Like, why the hell should I give a crap about Lord Leonardo if his adopted son's not one of my playable characters? Like, why should I care? Like, what? The prologue, part 1 is so Blue Lion centric. Which, Blue Lions is my first route, so that actually really helps. So subsequent playthroughs is like... And I just don't enjoy it. Because I think its map design is comparable to Fire Emblem 4 in a lot of ways. I'm a Fire Emblem 4 simp, and I will say this. Fire Emblem 4's map design is better. Because... yes, while they are open maps, they both have big open maps. First of all,
lady does it.
Fire Emblem 4 is good to look at, and I enjoy its music more. Secondly, though, there's stuff like villages. I think villages, recruitable units, both of which are not on maps at all in Three Houses. At different castles to seize, you don't have awful, like, whatever they're called. I can't remember what the stupid same turn reinforcements. You don't have those either in FE4. FE4 isn't perfect, but villages, more terrain, and actually having people to recruit, as well as story that happens on the maps and conversations, all those, to me, just make the gameplay feel more fresh. I could play a lot more of FE4 in one sitting than I could of Three Houses if it weren't for the arena. The arena is the one thing that makes me say, no, I can't. Because I just find it... I also just find it a lot better designed in general. Like, I don't think Three Houses is that designed. Its difficulties especially are atrociously designed. You got two that are painfully easy, the one that's just annoying. So, like, you know. But I do think its gameplay is comparable in a lot of ways to FE4. But I do think it's worse than FE4's. I'd rather play FE4. I just enjoy it more. And you know, that's just a personal thing. I just have more fun with it.
What a lovely scene.
And I don't fully know why I enjoy it so much more. But I just find Three Houses so boring to play.
A slight setback.
Again, a large part of that is the monster. What makes Three Houses fun to me is if you're trying to low turn count. That, to me, makes it a lot more fun. And that's where Three Houses is at its most fun. Another reason why I hate Three Houses map design is because of the reclassing system. It's definitely one of those. I think another part of Three Houses is a part of it is optimizing the fun out of the game, that kind of thing. But
I will not lose.
Still. So why didn't I ever use a killer axe on that one thing? Oh, I don't know. Not big deal.
Serves you right.
Graphically, Three Houses is one of the ugliest games I've played in a long time. Now, if you're a fan of Three Houses... Now, like... that's not necessarily like say like you can't enjoy the game. I want to make that clear. But Three Houses is a very ugly game. I saw a Twitter thread where someone was saying that Three Houses looked more polished, and then when they were shown a picture, like, oh yeah, and they were like, Engage looks ugly, and then they were shown a picture of Three Houses, and they're like, yeah, it looks so much better. And everyone was just like, how? Just, I do prefer Three Houses character designs. I will say that. I do. But this is a better looking game. You know, and it's just one of those conversations that'll just go on and on in circles. Three Houses has a much better story. It's not even close. It really isn't. Its story is leagues better.
Ow.
But one thing I see thrown around though is that Three Houses is more replayable because it has multiple routes. And every time I see that argument, I want to kill someone in Fire Emblem like that. Because that's not true. It makes the story more replayable, sure. But the 4 routes gameplay-wise are practically identical. That's the biggest complaint most people, myself included, have with Three Houses. The gameplay is the same, no matter the route you play. Fates has more unique routes. More unique maps per route. Engage has more unique maps than all 4 routes of Three Houses combined.
A good one.
Obviously, that's counting paralogs. But even if you don't count paralogs, Three Houses probably wins by like 1 or 2 maps at most. Like, it doesn't have a lot of unique maps. Oh, by the way, all these are supposed to represent... That's Dimitri, that's Edelgard, this is Claude. More like, this is dead. Holy cow, this map is so easy on hard. I'm used to this map on Maddening. Well, I'm not used to it. I just played it last on it. This map wasn't even that hard on Maddening, though. I don't think Three Houses is more replayable. I think Fates is a pretty replayable game because it has unique maps and unique stories. Because even Three Houses, a lot of the stories are pretty samey. Besides Crimson Flower, which is short. I said in a past video, I don't think Three Houses' story is perfect. I think it has a lot of issues, but I like it more, and most people like it way more, though, because it at least takes chances. Engage's story, I don't think's bad. It's just, it's definitely basic. But you know, this game's gameplay is so much better. Oh, come on! Warp them already! These guys have warp staves. I want them to freaking warp already. Yeah, the first one does really freaking damage because you're stupid. Stupid guy. Stupid guy. Stupid chain guard. Maybe now that I'm doing this, it'll actually warp Dimitri down. I don't think I've ever actually protected every single crystal before, but I also haven't done this before. Actually, I'd like to kill the Edelgard. You have 3 moves.
Simple
You
enough.
canter 3, which should get you into safety. If it doesn't, yeah, it does. That's what I thought. And then you should be able to kill. Easy. I know, like, I say it a lot. Three Houses falls down my rankings a lot. And that's just because I don't think I could play it again. I love the game. I have so many issues with Three Houses. But I still love the game. Oh man, my sinuses choose now to want to clog. It isn't perfect, but no game is, and while I have issues with it, it's still a fun game. I mean, it's fun on first playthrough. I wish I could... There's only 2 Fire Emblem games that I wish I could experience blind again, and Three Houses is one of them. So on a first playthrough, all the issues with gameplay just don't matter. You're not going to be thinking of them on a first playthrough. You're just not. Because you're going to be more focused on the story. And that's... See, I would love to have another Fire... I would love to have the next Fire Emblem game have still a writing and gameplay, so that you're on the edge of your feet, both gameplay-wise and story-wise, and not just on one, because this game had me on the edge of my feet gameplay-wise. Three Houses had me on the edge of my seat story-wise. I'd love to have both of them, as I haven't felt that way since FE4. And there are plenty, and there's also the narrative, like, Fire Emblem games can't have both good story and good gameplay. That's not true. Fire Emblem 4, Tellius, Thracia, all a fantastic story, especially as Fire Emblem games are concerned.
I'm not
They have,
afraid anymore.
I'd say Thracia and FE4 just have great stories in general, and they all have great gameplay. So it's possible to have both. It's just definitely rarer. Most FE stories tend to be average. Nothing. They don't. Most of them aren't awful by any means, but they definitely. Story's not Fire Emblem's strength, for the most part. That's okay. As long as gameplay is good. And see, that's the reason why I love Engage so much more, though. Gameplay. A little bit of graphics, but mostly gameplay. Oh, my nose. I would love it if you stopped it. Nose. Who knows what my nose is gonna do next? No, that's the end of that discussion.
Glad that's over
I don't
with.
hate Three Houses. It just isn't my favorite. I doubt I'll replay it until it's time to play it on my channel. That'll probably end up being my next playthrough of the game, is Let's Play. I probably won't touch it again until then. And even then, I'd only need to do one
retreat
route,
now.
probably. It'd be Azure Moon, which is my favorite route. You know. No. It doesn't bring me joy saying that I don't love Three Houses like I used to. It doesn't, but like, that's just life. You know. I had my fun with it. And I will never forget the fun I had with it. And now it's Engage's turn to have fun. I have played Engage. I'm starting to get to... Playtime-wise, Engage is already starting to get up there. It's already half of what of my Three Houses playthrough number-wise. So, like, I do really... Bro. Seriously? Why the hell did you not warp Byleth? See, this is the boss type you guys talking about, like, Three House map names. Because now this will be the map name.
Come again.
Oh. Okay. Fine. I'll do this.
Now you know your limits.
somehow. I'd like to just be able to use a mirror to... Okay.
Don't waste now, you know your limits.
Yeah, I didn't think it moved him. I don't need to worry about running out of warp. That isn't sarcasm, I don't need to worry about it. There's already 2 more chapters I really plan on abusing it, and I should have enough in the shop. Oh, hell yeah! If you hit. If you hit. No point engaging you, but it just means if you don't hit, he won't be able to slaughter you next turn. Okay. You may get advantage. He shouldn't be able to kill you. Plus, this is hard mode. Nobody can damage Burnett with Ike. Engage. That doesn't kill. You know, I should pay attention when I do something. Because it could be the difference between life and death. Okay, yeah, you're a lower level. I'll have you. I'll have you Manicotti.
A good win.
No crystals? Destroyed. You know... Never mind, I killed the healer. I was going to say you could probably warp Byleth down, but no. Can't.
Someone like me got to protect a princess.
I hate
and
life
a baby.
sometimes. Egads. Oh, that was unfortunate. I'll have you kill that guy then.
Let's have some fun.
How much damage? 150. Can I do math? It's right there. You just multiply by 3. It's 50. It was a nice, pretty number. I'll have you get the kill. 'Cause you're gamer. You're gamer like that. You'll get the kill. And if you don't, I'll be sad and mad. Oh yeah, you can kill the Manicotti. But this also means you have to hit, which isn't guaranteed. Mother hacking hack hack. What is your movement? There. This isn't going to be enough, probably, but it's worth a shot. Yeah. Oh, well. Let's just put you up there.
Let's be careful.
Sorry, I expected everything I wanted and had to talk about, so I'm just empty inside.
I have nothing left to teach.
Cool. That was easy. Oh wow, you get a talisman if you get all of them. Nice. 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 Overall, It's actually a pretty fun map in this game. Oh, thumbnail image.
I managed to win.
There we go.
Somehow.
Well done. Your fighting was magnificent. The trial is past.
I learned so much battling you.
Thank you. But your skills were quite strong even before we met.
Still, you've taught me so many things. You're an excellent teacher, Byleth.
And that's kind of you to say, though it helps that you have such raw skill already. All I need do is listen and give a little nudge to those embarking on a path. Your success here is the direct result of all the choices you've made before today.
I've always understood that one choice leads to another, but I'm worried what might happen if I ever make the wrong choice.
You needn't worry at all. By passing this trial, you've shown the truth of who you are, and you have your allies to set you right. Should you ever begin to stray, remember, I will always be by your side as well. To the very end.
Thank you. I'll continue on my path, trusting my allies to help me along the way.
You've clearly learned all you need to here. Shall we continue on our journey?
Sweet! Okay. Easy. Really easy. Nice. Wow. How many emblem paralogs is 5? We've done 5, I want to say. We did the first 2. Ike, Byleth. Have not done... Yeah, we've done 5. We have another 3 unlocked, but next video we're going to actually be going on with the main story. I know, right? Crazy. I was about to say it's been a while, but it actually hasn't been that long. Feels like it's been longer than it has. Because it's been a while since I've recorded. Man, barely over a week. It's because, as of me recording this, Tears of the Kingdom isn't out yet. It releases in a couple of days. And, like... That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go here. And I wanted to put...
Byleth, I'm ready.
Byleth back over a fall. Goes, you know. Okay. Let's see what's in the well. I put stuff in the well. Oh! Oh! Is it considered night? No, that's not fortune telling. I still haven't been able to show off fortune telling. Because, like, we unlocked it. Like a video where we didn't have a whole lot of time, and every video that we've actually had time since, like, ugh. Okay, let's see what's in the well, then we'll do some sports. Bond conversations, then supports. Okay, 4 stars, I believe. Oh my. That's actually really, really good. That's really good. I got a bunch of silver items I don't need that I can just throw right back in. This was a bow. Yeah, let's just end it there. That was good. Supports. Oh, I guess we're doing supports first.
In a brawl, the most crucial blow is the first. Victory oft rests on attacking before your foe. Thus, you must be agile. Agile enough to strike with a raptor's swiftness.
Be agile. Got it.
That way, even if your enemies do attack first, you will be able to evade their fists.
Makes sense.
Is something the matter, Divine One?
I'm just surprised that a noblewoman like you knows so much about brawling.
I suppose there is no need to obscure the truth. The woman standing before you is not a noble. Why, in time past, she was quite wild indeed.
Really?
Yes, my parents were awful, gallivanting about with nary a thought for their children. So I fled. Before the princess appointed me, I lived a roaming, solitary life. It was then that I learned how to fist fight.
I'm sorry you had to endure all of that.
Sorry. If not for running away from that wretched home, I would hardly be who I am.
I see. Well, would you like to tell me more about your past? I think it might help me to hear about your life before you met Princess Tamara.
Why, of course. If my stories of woe can help you, I would be all too happy to share them.
I scrolled down too far. Oh no.
Divine One, I have something to discuss with you, if it's not too much trouble.
Oh? No, it's no trouble at all. But first, you can loosen up a little. I don't bite, I promise.
Of course. Forgive me. I've been working up the courage to ask you about this. See, I love rare critters, and I especially love dragons.
So, you think of me as a rare critter?
Well, you're rare at least. You're the world's only divine dragon. So I was hoping you'd help me understand your species a little better.
Wow.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Please, go ahead.
All right, I'll cut to the chase then. Tell me, what is a typical day like for you?
Let's see. Someone wakes me up in the morning. I eat breakfast. I train until noon. I live like a normal person, to be honest. Is that helpful?
Very. Basic activity is much like that of an average human.
Wait, are you writing all this down?
Of course. This is excellent material for the book I'm working on about you.
Book? You don't think that's a little much?
What do you mean? Future generations deserve to know all about the Divine Dragon.
I guess so.
All right, it's time for our daily singing practice. Today we'll run through the princess's latest composition, Expect a Trifecta. We need to have a performance ready in time for our next rehearsal with her.
Performance ready, you say?
Yes. Something wrong? You seem down.
In truth, I am. I overheard something that bothered me greatly.
Uh-oh. What was it?
Someone called us the Racket of Solm.
Oh, the racket is our singing voices, I take it.
That was my understanding as well.
Ouch. Well, growing up, people always told me I was a terrible singer. But the princess praised my singing voice as unique, so guess I thought I improved.
It was the same for me, to the letter.
Suddenly it seems like we've got our work cut out for us.
Perchance we should sing more quietly?
That might be a good idea.
Then let us begin post haste. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Hello, Pandreo. Have you a moment to spare?
Of course. I always have time for my sister. But first, you've got to tone down the formality.
All right. You see, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
No, you're still speaking in that highfalutin way.
You don't really expect me to...
Yes, I do. I know you make an effort to sound fancy, but come on. It's only me here. You can drop the silver spoon act around your own brother.
Fine. Why are you working for the church?
That's what you wanted to know, huh?
Dad was a drunk. Mom was a corrupt priest who couldn't be bothered to look after her kids. They were lousy parents. So why would you want to follow in their footsteps? Serve their church?
I told you what happened after you left, right? They disappeared.
Yeah, so?
Well, the church's followers needed someone to guide them. That's why I stepped in.
So that's what it was.
I know it's been a while, but if you'd like to come pray with us, you're always welcome.
No, I think I'll pass. I'm done with our parents, and I'm done with their church. I'd sooner drop dead than step foot in that place again.
Fair enough.
Oh wow, that's all. It was Panette was in every single one except for one. Interesting. Okay, cool. And 2 Bondo Convose shows.
Gotta say, Corin, I get a little starry-eyed hanging around with you.
Oh? You seem to be keeping your composure well enough, but I'm flattered nonetheless.
The Anna of this world is so young and adorable. I just want to dote on you.
Whoa, have you met my sisters? If you're gonna dote on me, at least buy some of my wares.
Okay, YouTube. Well, that'll actually be all this video. This is gonna be a short one, and I think I am okay with that. Goodbye.